Hi everyone, welcome back to MCM Outdoors. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Now on this one I'm testing a new tent which has been sent to me by 3F UL. It's the Taiji 2 and some say it's a bit of a budget alternative to the highly acclaimed Hilleberg Soulo. Now in terms of price, they are astronomically worlds apart. However, we're going to see what that means in practice. They're very similar in some ways, and it's going to be really cold today, so I've brought the cracking bag by Nordisk, the Oscar -10, first real proper cold weather test. Temperatures are set to get down towards 0, so it'll be a great test for it. We've got a nice warming curry for tea, just the one beer, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Now the autumn colours in this area are absolutely spectacular at the moment. You'll have seen the recent Halloween video that was filmed in early October, and it was probably a little bit early just for capturing the lovely rusty red, orange colours, which is so evident now. Hopefully show you some of that, but it's enough waffle. I'm going to press on, get to the camp location, and we'll have a look at this new tent. Speak to you in a bit. Well, we've got our first little mishap. The first location that I've just been to, I wasn't happy with it. It's just not secluded enough, so I wouldn't feel relaxed. So the problem I've got, it's going to be dark soon, very soon. We're losing the light already, and I'm now going all the way to the summit, so that's not ideal. You've got a ridiculously heavy pack on. The old fitness has slipped again, so it's going to be a bit of a physical challenge to get to the top and still have light left to get this tent pitched, but we can do it. Think positive. Bit of a challenge. I've got my head torch. It's not too complex. I've only set it up once in the garden, so yeah, it's not ideal, but yeah, first bit of a mishap. Let's press on. So I'm not sure how well you can make it out from this footage, but the left prominence is Longridge Fell, then to the right of that little hump is Beacon Fell, and then there's a bit of a trough, and the next sort of pyramidal peak that you can see on the horizon is Parlick Pike, and that ridge line goes all the way up, and that's Fair Snape Fell. It's absolutely superb area. There are many good wild camps in most of those places that you can see on the horizon. Well, I'm pleased to say we're topping out, and that's a relief. Oh goodness me, I tell you what, the visibility is absolutely superb. When we get to our pitch location, I can see the southern fells of the Lake District. I can see all the Yorkshire Three Peaks. Really crystal clear air clarity. And yeah, oh, I feel so much better now. Thank goodness for that. A bit of a tense time, but yeah, superb. Well, here we are. Some of you might recognise this location. It genuinely wasn't intended, but you know, you've already heard why I've had to deviate from the plan. But nonetheless, it is absolutely spectacular with these stunning views. I'll turn you around in a second, and then we're going to get straight to work getting this tent set up. So first of all, have a little look at just what I can see. We've ditched the pack, which weighs an absolute ton. It's the Aether 65 AG. Does quite a good job of sort of distributing the weight so it doesn't feel as heavy as it is. Here's the tent strapped to the outside. Got my gloves with me, I'm going to get them on. It's a bit of a breeze, so I'm going to get the guys just to this carabiner, just to make sure we don't have any disasters. But let's get pitched up, let's see what it's all about. So there we go, fully pitched, nice and simple. There's just the two main poles and a bracing pole which goes across the top. The guy lines are pre-installed on the poles by way of these sort of aluminium clips. You've got an entrance and a vestibule on each side. Which is great, nice and roomy, plenty of room for stashing your gear in there. Got a nice low profile. And it looks pretty good. You've got a vent on each side with this bit of a stand tab with Velcro, which just keeps that rigid, allows good airflow. YKK zippers, bit of cross bracing, these great elastic tie outs for the doors. You can tie the other one back as well if you want, so the front is fully open, similar to the View 2 Abisko. And that is it. It's time to stop yapping and get my bag in and start getting warm. This magical light, it really is ethereal quality to it. Absolutely fantastic. How stunning. All I need to do is get the various bits and pieces in and then get out with the big camera, hopefully bring you some footage of this sunset, because I think it's going to be absolutely stunning. But yeah, we've got so much gear with us on this one. The rucksack weighed a ton, and like I say, I don't want sympathy. I'm not one of these fitness fanatics. I'm, you know, average, I suppose. And that was a bit of a toughie, blasting it up there, but it is what it is. 2 insulator pouches from Valley and Peak, including the new one, keeping the old LiPo batteries warm to stop them getting sapped of their charge in this cold wind chill. And yeah, we've got 1 beer, a nice curry, a tiny mini bottle of red. Anyway, I'm going to get all this sorted, and then we're going to dive out, get that camera out, and get some footage of this lovely sunset for you. Well, what an absolutely stunning sunset. We've really been treated this evening. It's one of the best looking sunsets I've had in a long time in wild camping. When life gets a bit on top, you come out and you do things like this. It really does press that reset button. Makes everything okay. Look at that sun just dipping down below that bank of cloud on the horizon, looking out toward the Irish Sea, slowly sinking away. And this is stunning. It really is stunning. It's moments like this which you take with you, you remember forever. Just wow. So in terms of snacks, beverages, and what we're having for our tea, the old classic, look what we found, chicken tikka. That's really nice. A little bit of a fiery kick to it, with a boil in the bag rice. I will be boiling that up in the MSR Titan kettle. And in terms of stove, I've gone with the EOE, the Eiffel Outdoor Equipment Cabaltum stove. It's a remote canister stove, just that much more stability, and it's got the preheating tube, which will give me a bit more efficiency from my gas in these cold temperatures. Beer, just the one. I've never had that before. Loco juice, tropical pale, looks nice. Looking forward to that. I'll be having that with the curry. I've got a nice bit of lemon drizzle cake. Breakfast. Snacks. A little miniature red. And a tiny miniature whiskey, which I will put, well, actually that might be sacrilege. I was going to put a little bit of that in the hot chocolate, but I think my dad wouldn't be too impressed with that, using a single malt for something like that. I might have a little bit of a sip of that later, just to warm up. But for now, I think it's about time that we got some hot food inside us, and the heat of the stove will be welcome. Right, that's better. That's some nice lighting. Well, I'm not going to scoff the whole thing on camera, but you know, it's customary in these camping videos to at least get a couple of mouthfuls in for the camera, you know. After all that hard work cooking this, boiling water for 10 minutes. The thing is trying to not get this all over your tent and all over your nice gear. You can probably hear me crunching it as well because the mic's close to my mouth. Sorry. In fact, let's just have a quick sample of the beer. Loco juice. I don't know if it's focusing. Anyway, let's see. Let's see what it's like. Well, that smells nice. I still can't smell properly from the old CV in January. It's not come back, but oh, that is very nice. It's almost like sherbet. Tastes a bit like sherbet. Anyway, I need to get that down me, warm up, and then I'll probably get the sleeping bag around me, and I'll speak to you after I've had something to eat. Right, I've just been relaxing for an hour, just getting nice and warm in the sleeping bag. I've not had to leave the tent, and I've not wanted to because it's been nice and toasty and warm. The temperature again, you can probably tell by my breath. Yeah, it's really cold, the air temperature, so quite surprising, but yeah, it's nice. It's winter knocking on the door. Anyway, we've got this mini bottle of red. There's not going to be a Tales from the tent. I don't want to spill any wine on this bag. There's not going to be a Tales from the tent as such. I'm just going to give you my initial thoughts of the tent. I can't comment on whether or not it's waterproof, but I've got no reason to believe it wouldn't be. It's nice and roomy inside. I think it's a bit bigger than a Lanshan, or a bit wider just about than a Lanshan. I can sit up, and you know, I'm a little bit higher because I'm sat on my mat, but it's nice. You easily sleep two, and if there were two of you in here, it'd be great because you've each got your own sort of porch stroke vestibule and your own door, so you're not climbing over each other to get in and out, so that's really good. Probably just about on the limits in terms of season for this one. It's not a 4-season tent, although you know there's nothing stopping you using it in the 4th season. It's just, for example, it's quite cold in here. Now if I was in the Soulo, for example, or one of my Nordisk tents with the fabric in it with just a tiny little bit of mesh, it'd be much warmer. It would hold in a lot more heat. Now, you can get a 4-season inner for this, although there's none available at the moment on the website. And I think I asked for a 4-season inner, but they didn't have any. So, yeah, I mean, spring, summer, absolutely fine in terms of ventilation. It's brilliant, but in the colder months of the year, you certainly do notice a difference having an inner made out of complete mesh as opposed to, you know, partial fabric and a bit of mesh. But good, nice and easy to pitch as well, and I like the way the pack for it is oversized, so you're not struggling with a wet tent, which is a nightmare, isn't it, when you get a tiny little stuff sack and you're trying to get it back in the bag it came out of when it's soaking wet. It's never a good time when you're doing that. Speak to you in a bit when we go outside the tent, have a quick look at it when it's lit up from within. You can't beat those shots. So alright, speak to you in a bit. Well, I've just been out taking some scenic, hopefully night shots of the tent lit from within, and yeah, it's a really clear night. You can see all the constellations, and I can see the Pleiades, and you can see the Andromeda galaxy. It's one of the, well, I think it's the only galaxy that you can see with the naked eye. You have to use something called averted vision. You just look to the, you don't look directly at it, just look to the side. And if you find Pegasus and Andromeda, just like a bit of a W, I can't really explain it. You know where to look. Look up, it looks like a faint white smudge, and that is our nearest galaxy, an entire galaxy. So that's quite, you know, fascinating that you can actually see that with the naked eye on in dark sky sites such as this. Really, really fascinating. And looking out, I can see Blackpool Tower lit up on the coast, and there's people letting off fireworks in the towns and villages below. It's very nice, really, really picturesque and atmospheric moment. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this, and then I'm going to go light out, hopefully have a good night's sleep. So I'll catch you all in the morning. Good night. So that's it, compare and contrast. Those lovely sunsets were just there and now. But hey, that is wild camping for you. That is the weather. It's time to start packing away. I'm going to put the camera away because it's really damp with this mist. Get the gloves on and get this tent in this bag, which is going to be nice and easy because it's massively oversized. Let's crack on. And a quick sight check. No trace, nothing at all, just some flat grass. So that's it from me on this one. I've had another enjoyable wild camp, spectacular sunset and a great time trying out a new shelter. If you've enjoyed this video, please take the time to give it a thumbs up. I asked earlier on in the video, if you're watching on a TV, maybe just go and just click it on your phone if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber to MCM Outdoors, consider subscribing. Check out the extensive back catalogue. There's about 280 videos, hopefully something to suit everyone's tastes. If you're an Instagram user, MCM Outdoors is too, so head over there, follow me on there if you want, and look at the things that I'm posting on Instagram. Likewise, Facebook, there's a closed group, come and join it, come and join the community on there and get tips and advice from friendly and like-minded people. Go and enjoy things like this, go and enjoy the great outdoors. We're not here for a very long time, are we? So it's all about making the most of it and having adventures like this when and where we can. Respect it, always leave no trace, and most importantly, teach our younger generation, our little ones, all about that too. Get them out enjoying it with you. That's what it's all about. I'm going to go home, get warm, a nice shower, start editing the video, and I will see you on the next adventure. Take care.